Hello everyone. Today in just 5 minutes we are going to cover 3 important SQL joins from your CBSE Computer Science and Informatics syllabus. Equi Join, Natural Join and Cartesian product. These come in your board exams every year. Look at the two sample tables on the right. We have student table with roll number, name, class and marks, and a class table with class, subject and teacher. Note that both tables have a class column, that is our key link between them. The big question is, what if you want to see a student's name and their teacher's name together? They are in different tables. That's exactly why we need joins. Let's start. So, why do we need joins? In any database, we split data into separate tables to avoid repeating the same information again and again. But then we face a problem. Look at this example. The student table knows Arjun's marks. The class table knows who teaches class 12. But if someone asks, who is Arjun's teacher, you can't answer from just one table. That's where SQL joins come in. A join combines rows from two or more tables using a common column. In our case, that common column is class. It exists in both tables and it is the bridge that connects them. Today we will see 3 types of join. Let's go. Let's start with most important join in your board exams, that is Equi Join. Look at the syntax. We write select s.name, s.marks and c.teacher from the student, comma class, where s.class is equal to c.class. 3 things to notice. We list both the tables in the from clause separated by a comma. We use where with an equal sign. That is why we call it Equi Join. We write s.class and c.class with the table name because class exists in both tables and SQL would get confused without it. Now, look at the result table. All 3 students appear with their matching teachers. Arjun and Priya from class 12 get Mr. Sharma for physics. Ravi from class 10 gets Miss Patel for chemistry. Think of it like this. 2 groups shake hands. Only people with matching class numbers join together. Non-matching rows are excluded. This is the most common 2 marks question in CBSE. Always use table name dot column name in the where clause. Next is natural join, the smartest and the simplest join. Look at this beautiful short syntax. Select asterisk from student, natural join, class. That's it. No where clause needed. What SQL does automatically, it scans both tables, finds any column with same name. Here, both student and class have a column called class, so it automatically uses that to join. And notice something special in the result. Class appears only once, even though it was in both the tables. Natural join is smart enough to merge duplicate columns. Now, here's the important question, and this comes up in exam. If the column names are different in two tables, say student has column class number and table class has column class code, natural join simply will not work. You did have to fall back to Equi Join in that case. Natural join is equal to fewer lines of code, same correct result as Equi Join. Examiners love asking compare natural join and Equi Join, and now you know the answer. Now the third join, Cartesian product, and this one needs your careful attention. Look at the syntax given here. Select asterisk from student, comma class. Now there is no where clause. The tiny difference no where creates a completely different result. What happens? SQL takes every row from student and combines it with the every row from class. That is why 3 student times 2 classes is equal to 6 rows. Now look at the result table carefully. Green rows are where the class numbers are actually matching. Those are meaningful. But the red rows, Arjun from class 12 is paired with chemistry teacher Miss Patel. That is wrong. Ravi from class 10 is showing with physics teacher Mr. Sharma. Also wrong. Cartesian join doesn't care if the data makes sense. It combines everything blindly. If student had 1000 rows and class had 500 rows, you will get 55 lakh meaningless rows that can crash your system. Now, when you have a Cartesian product but add a condition with operators like greater than, lesser than or greater than equal to instead of equals, that becomes a theta join. Let's quickly review all three joins side by side. Equi join uses where with equal sign, matches specific columns, gives only matching rows. Most common in exams, use it for precise matching. Natural join uses natural join keyword, nowhere needed. SQL auto finds columns with the same name. Result is same as Equi Join, but the common column appears only once. Use when column names are identical. Cartesian join, no where clause, multiplies all rows from both the tables, can create huge meaningless results, use only for testing or when you intentionally want all combinations. Key rule to remember is if you see a wrong or unexpected huge result in a query, Cartesian join without where clause is almost always the answer. Let's look at exactly how this topic appears in CBSE board exams. The classic question: write an SQL query using Equi Join to show students who scored marks more than 80 with their teachers. Look at the answer. Select list specific columns with table prefix s.name, s.marks, c.teacher. From mentions both tables with aliases s and c. First, where condition is the join s.class is equal to c.class. Second condition, with and s.marks is greater than 80. This is the complete full marks answer. Now look at the common mistakes students make. Those lose marks. Those lose you marks. Writing just class is equal to class without table name prefix is ambiguous. Forgetting the semicolon at the end. Missing the and clause for additional conditions. On the right, you can see exactly how marks are distributed. Alright, now we have covered all three SQL joins in exactly 5 minutes. Let's recap quickly. Equi Join, where table 1 dot column is equal to table 2 dot column. Precise column matching. Natural join. Natural join keyword auto finds the same name columns. Cartesian join from T1, T2 with no where clause. All combinations. Use carefully. So here one question is given based on employee and department table. You can practice this by writing commands for all three types of joins.